In my paper. They call me Big Dog riding with the hillbillies.
Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Today it's the opener of a new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And off we go from Soldier Field. This is taken just shy of the 10. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. On the jet sweep, here comes more. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Lance and the 49ers now. First and 10 at their 36-yard line. And Lance going to throw. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. To throw, it's Lance. Flush to his right. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Play action. It's Fields. Rolling to his right. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. To throw is Fields. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's going to look deep for more. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 21 yards away. And the Niners post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Moore, the man in motion. On play action, Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Danny Gray, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Niners go up by 2 touchdowns. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still 2nd quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Moore, the man in motion. On 2nd and 9. Fields targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to have it here just past the 25. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing it and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Off play action, Fields. He'll buy some time right. Locates Mooney on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down. Fields now to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Moore, the man in motion. To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Moore, the man in motion. To the air again, Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the 1st half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
So that PI call will give them 1 more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
That sack by Tremaine Edmonds. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Lance and company going on fourth down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
And down to the 36-yard line here. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
Fields on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. On 1st down, Fields. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Now Fields. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Throwing again is Fields. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Back to throw, Fields. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone, touchdown Chicago. A 1-yard touchdown pass, and the Bears have got it back to within a score. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And he'll get it inside the 35. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Fields. And now here is another interception. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. In the 1st half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Going for the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And the Bears are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Play action. It's Fields. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29. A 3rd down now. And those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Here's Fields.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Fields has to have this one.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he could turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the 49ers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-7.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road.
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields looking end zone for Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
To throw again on second down. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. They snap it to Fields. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That one looks like he'll throw here. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. And that is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. Here's Lance to throw it. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. And Lance's throw complete to Freiermuth. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now Lance again. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Niners are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Bears take over first down 10 at their own 17-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
And one last throw here for Fields.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one and one of our early